Hello music lovers! This is the first video in a series of tutorials where I will try to cover the functionality of MIDI Arranger app for Android. MIDI Arranger is a music arranger software which can also be used as a sequencer. It does not produce sound by itself. The primary goal of this app is to add the arranger capability to a synthesizer, either a software or a hardware one. I developed this app because I wanted to be able to play my core chronos like an arranger using my Android tablet, but especially to have a powerful piano roll editor where I can create styles easily in a similar way to using a software sequencer on a PC. So let's get started. To install MIDI Arranger, go to Play Store, search for MIDI Arranger, purchase it, and then you will be able to install it. Then you can open it and you'll have to wait a bit for the application to initialize. First thing you need to do after you install MIDI Arranger is to connect it to a sound synthesizer, so the application will produce sound. Let's go to the Play Store again and install FluidSynth. FluidSynth is a real-time software synthesizer based on the Soundfont 2 specifications. It comes preloaded with a Soundfont, which is essentially a library of general MIDI compatible sounds. Don't need to open it, just go back into MIDI Arranger. MIDI Arranger should detect this new synthesizer automatically and pop up this question: do you want to connect to it? If you click yes, then you will get this new pop-up in which FluidSynth is already pre-selected. You don't have to select it for the MIDI in because we'll only use it as the MIDI out. You can always go back into the MIDI configuration settings by tapping this connect button. Now let's make a test. Now let's connect something to the MIDI in. I'm using my MIDI keyboard and I just plugged it into the USB port of my phone. Now if I click connect again into the MIDI in, I should see it here. So I'll choose port 0 and save. Now you can start playing your keyboard and you should hear the sound coming out of MIDI Arranger. Tap start to start playing. Depending on what keyboard you are using, you might want to configure the way chord recognition is set up. For that, click Menu and go into Main Settings. Here you can set the chord recognition to all keys, left to a certain key, or between keys, or you can also completely disable it. You can also choose the input MIDI channels on which MIDI Arranger will listen for chords. Usually it is MIDI channel 1, but multiple can be selected. I also recommend enabling this Send MIDI timing clock so that the sound synthesizer is kept in sync with MIDI Arranger. And click Save. Let me start the current style. To select another style, tap the style name on top. This is your style library. MIDI Arranger comes loaded with a set of free styles, but new styles can be imported, Yamaha Format 1 styles, or you can create your own. Let me select another one. For the right part, MIDI Arranger listens on MIDI input channel 1 and reroutes the play notes to MIDI output channel 1 by default. This can be configured by long pressing on the registration buttons at the bottom of the screen. You can enable multiple output MIDI channels to play multiple sounds. Let me enable MIDI channel 2 and set up a program change to initialize some strings. You can set up to 6 registrations, so you can quickly select the instruments you are playing with your right hand. Those can also be directly linked with style parts, so that they are automatically selected when style parts are changing. Thanks for watching.